Good morning, everyone. It's Monday. I appreciate that it's a holiday today, but even with a holiday, because I'm in town, I thought I would still come on and do my Moho Monday. And it's a time just to create with a cup of coffee, time to relax and de-stress, and it's also a time to get my mojo going for a week full of crafting. Very excited. I'll be getting my second order, my second pre-order of goodies from Stampin' Up from our new annual catalog. So I'm really excited. I might do another unboxing. Can't remember how much I put in there, but I could do another unboxing for you. And today I am playing with the new ink colors. They are bright, they are bold, they are beautiful. So let's see who has joined. Hi, Sharon. Good morning. Hope you have a cup of coffee or cup of tea in hand and come along for the ride. I have to create some customer thank you cards. And so that's what I'm doing this morning. I am using a soon to be retiring bundle. I just love this bundle. It's very, very sweet. It's called All Squared Away. And the stamp set itself it's not really exciting. It doesn't really get my mojo going, but it's the dies that back onto these, or you can back them onto designer series paper or just plain colored cardstock, which you're going to see today. So these are the dies. I've got one that's actually out of the package here. Let me just put it back. So these are the dies. So they create these really cute little cutout windows. So cute for 3x3 note cards. Cute to create all four of them on a card, and very cute as box toppers and tags as well. And then you can cut these out maybe in just plain white or green to pick up the foliage. And then you can cut out the flowers that match inside the die. So fun. So it's kind of like a little builder die. So these are very exciting, and these are retiring soon. I just checked the inventory. They're in stock. And the other thing I'm using this morning is the Tasteful Textile Embossing folder. This is retiring and it's currently on sale. Okay, now this is one of the best embossing folders I think that they've come out with, because it's just a subtle texture on your cardstock. Doesn't take away from the design at all. It just gives some texture, almost like a linen look to it. And I have used it a ton of times. Whenever I think I just want a little texture, this is the one that I go for. Good morning, Gina. Oh, thanks, my new haircut. Yeah, well, this is kind of bedhead right now. I'm trying to put a few little curls in it, and this is left over from last night. So, but thank you. Yeah, I love it shorter. Okay, so let's get started. I'll pull the camera down and see where it takes me. And I know where it's going to take me. It's going to take me right to my desktop. So let's turn the camera around and pull you down to my desktop, my messy desktop. Okay. I've got bits and bobs left over from yesterday's work. That's right. I never take a day off. I am always crafting. I try and convince my husband it's not always for work related, but it's for pleasure. Lots of pleasure. Okay. So let me just find me on my computer here so I can see the comments that come in, see who's joining us this morning. There we go. There's my desktop. Let's add some light, get rid of the shadows. Good morning, Barbara. Barbara's here as well. Okay. So just to save some time, because I'm going to make, I want to make 5 cards using all 5 colors. I've pre-cut a lot of stuff. I've texturized my layers, so I'm doing white on white with a bit of color, okay? So, I'm working with basic white. This is our thick basic white for our card bases. So I'm going to start, excuse me. I'm going to start by scoring all of these, and here's a little peek of the color. Oh my gosh, these new ink colors are amazing. So I'm moving to 4 1/4, And I'm going to make sure my cutting blade is out of the way, and I'm going to score. So there's 1, 2, 3. So how has everybody's weekend been so far? Hopefully today is a relaxing day if you've had to cook Easter dinners. I got away really easily this year. My daughter Devon, she thought maybe some Thai food would be good. So we didn't cook, and it was great. We got to play games. She wanted to teach her boyfriend the game of Rummy-O. So that's what we did. And I made them each a little Easter basket. Okay, now the other thing I want to do, so here are my textured pieces. So I've got 5 of these. So this is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch layer that's going to go on the card bases. And then I wanted to bring, there's just a little bit of color on the front of the card, but I wanted to bring the color, carry it forward inside the card. So what I did was I cut each of these gorgeous colors into a 4 by 5 1/4 panel. So this is the Sweet Sorbet color. This is Tahitian Tide. This is Parakeet Party. This is Starry Sky, and this one is Orchid Oasis. I'm trying to repeat my color names so that I can get used to them. I did pretty good there this morning. I'm getting there. Okay, so these are going to go on the inside. So again, this is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And then I need to cut 5 more pieces that are 3. So these are also 4 by 5 1/4 because I usually take a whole ream of paper and cut it down so that I don't have to always be cutting these little pieces. So these are all cut to 4 by 5 1/4 because that's my standard layer. So I'm just going to trim these down now to 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 5. And that will fit on top of the layer of color. Okay. So see, this will fit on here like this. Okay. So if you don't want as much of a border showing, then you can cut it down. Just go down by 8ths. Okay, so we're going to cut this one down to 4 3/4 again by 5. So there's the second one. So I should put these over here. Yes, Gina, do you always use thick white for your card base? Yes, I typically do. And the reason why I do that is because then you don't have to put anything on the inside, because the thick is thick enough that you can stamp on it and not have it, you know, bleed through to the back. And it just makes the card a little bit more sturdy for standing. So I do like the thick. And the other regular colors are a little bit thicker too. Not as thick as the basic white, but thicker. Yeah, so I do like the thick. But you need the regular white for stamping on because this is a much smoother texture for stamping on. And then, of course, the thick is really good. This is too thin for making boxes, whereas the thick Whisper White is perfect for making boxes. Okay, so I think I had an extra one here. So I've got the... Okay, those two, and I've got that one, and then I've got this one. Look at that Tahitian Tide. It's just delicious. Reminds me of the Caribbean Ocean and all of the pools at the resorts. One of my team members is in Mexico right now. Lucky girl. Yes, I did cut one yesterday. Okay, so those are all for the insides of my card. All right, so let's pull out, well, I don't think I need this anymore. Now I should tell you that, so you've got a lot of options with this stamp set. So they've got these really cool background designs. So you could stamp these 4 designs on a card, and then you could layer them with these cutout. Look at these, how great these are. Okay, so it's like a little daisy. There's a tulip. There is another kind of a flower. Looks like a daisy as well, but there's 2 flowers on that one. And then there's this one with these little tiny daisies, okay? So you've got these coordinating, look at this, see? So you've got these coordinating pieces that you cut in a different color. You could even cut them out of designer series paper and then pop them on top of these. Very effective. So you can cut these out and just glue them directly to your background, or like today I'm just using cardstock pieces. So I've cut these little squares to fit the frames, and or you could use designer series paper. So there's just all kinds of things that you can do for that. And then there's some cute little greetings in here. Happiest of birthdays to you. You are so worth celebrating. Good things grow like our friendship. I love that. And the best thing about today is you. So some really nice greetings. But I'm just doing a thank you cards today. So I'm pulling out another retiring set, of which I checked the inventory and it's gone. But this is a beautiful stamp set, and I just love these capital letters. So I'm just using this thank you on here. Now, in my shipment coming, I think it's coming tomorrow. I was able to get the colored dots that are coming. So I won't be putting any embellishments on here. I'll probably add them later. But I am going to use some ribbon. So the in-color ribbons. And I came across a tip the other day. I am always struggling with ribbon. So I can't, with it unraveling. And this ribbon, because it's really thin, it just unravels terribly. And so I'm constantly, you know, rewinding it back on the spool. So the other day I came across this really cool tip. And I just so happened to have these mini little binder clips from years ago, Stampin' Up. They were also, I think, in some in colors, but they were all different colors. And I found those in my retired stash. And, oh, this one was a black one, and I put it in my other drawer. That was silly. But anyway, this is the tip. So when you're finished with your ribbon, just wrap it around and then just hold it over the edge like that. And then use one of these little binder clips. Isn't that the coolest trick? And then the ribbon doesn't unravel. And the other cool thing about it is that they'll stand up because they'll just lean against the little open clip. Sorry, serves as a, like a little stand. Oh, I was tickled pink when I saw that tip. So there you go. I don't know why this one won't stand up, but let's put it on this side. There we go. Yeah, so they'll stand up too. Yeah, I love finding little tips like that. So I'll have to grab that other binder clip. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of ribbon on here somehow. Okay, so let's get started. So let's grab a card base. Any other comments? Love the clip tip. Yeah, it's a great one. You need the really tiny clips though. And I think you can get them in your stationery store. They have, I think they even have clips that are much tinier than this. Yeah, it's a great idea for ribbon, Barbara. Yeah, so good morning, Carol. I'm glad you could join us. Okay, I'm looking for my bone folder. Here it is. So, I don't know who got big winds last night, but it's still windy here. All right, so I'm going to show you the basic design that I'm going to do. So I've got my basic thick Whisper White card base. I've got this 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of the Subtles embossed piece here. There's something on there. You can turn it over too. Okay, and then I've got these little squares that I'm going to glue underneath these squares here. I'm just going to glue these on top like that. So I've got my glue here. And I like to use tweezers. And then I'm going to glue this on. Let me just get a silicone craft sheet out because I want to see what I'm doing better. Okay, and I'm just going to grab another piece of paper. Now these squares, I'll tell you the measurement for the squares. I was hoping they were 2 inches in squared, but they're not. These are hold on, 1 and 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 1 7/8 inches. So your paper needs to be 1 7/8 inches, if not just a little bit shy of that. Okay, so there's one. See, there's just a tiny smidge hanging over, so I could trim that. But that's being extra picky. So let's do another one. And the trick to using Tombow glue and just getting tiny little dots to come out is to get it started. And then I'm not even squeezing really, I'm just dabbing on the glue. As I was saying before, these would be really, really sweet little 3 by 3 note cards. So if you, say for example, if you have a friend who, you know, loves to give flowers, there's somebody on this chat this morning who loves to do that, gives flowers to friends, then you could give them a little box filled with tiny little 3 by 3 note cards, or you could just give them a little 3 by 3 note card with their flowers, because these are just too cute. And I'm always checking to make sure that this is the right side of the die. There's a right and a wrong side. You'll see it. The wrong side is kind of got rough edges to it. So you always want to check your Good morning, Carolyn. How was everybody's Easter dinners? I think some of you were making dinners. Or if you were lucky, you got invited to a dinner. It was kind of sad to hear Quebec was, you know, warning their citizens to keep their gatherings small again. Their hospitals are overwhelmed. We are not out of the woods yet at all. I don't think we're tracking numbers here in BC anymore. So I don't know what our situation is like for hospitals. Okay, we've got our squares done. Oh no, I've got one more. Now, there's only 4 patterns, so I'm doing a set of 5, so I needed to repeat a pattern. Look how pretty these are. Okay, so I need to do one more. So I did this little, I think this is my favorite. It's hard to say though, because I really like this one too. I don't know, I like them all. Let's just go with that. If you don't have any favorites, it's much easier to design. Okay, so this one, my favorite color is green. So here is this beautiful parakeet party. Oh, it's crooked. How did I do that? Okay. So this layout for this card, I think I have to do a bit of trimming maybe. The layout for this card is really, really simple. So if you have squares, punches, or I don't know if I can trim that. That's really close. I'm going to leave it. All right. So it's basically a card base and a layer, something square or even a circle, and it could simply be a greeting in the center, or it could be pattern paper, whatever you like. I don't know what that is on there, but we'll just, oh, shoot. Sorry, ladies. Before I do that, I want to put on some ribbon. So let me grab my, so I've got glue on here, but I'm just going to put a bit of tape runner on here. And I want to wrap I'm going to stick that on there like that and not get glue all over myself. Let's see how I make out. I just put my finger in the glue. Okay. I knew I wouldn't come out of that unscathed. Okay, so I'm happy now. I got my ribbon on. Now I'm going to put this on my card. I love white on white. It's just so clean and fresh. So I just want to show you how sweet this would be to make a card with all 4 on the card. I mean, ignore the ribbon for now, but you could put all 4 of these on a card. See, look at that. Does that look cool? But that's not what we're doing today. Okay, so this ribbon I grabbed was the Starry Sky. So I need, this is the Starry Sky thing. So I'm going to put this up on dimension. Oh, this one definitely needs a trim. You'll see it on the white. You might want to make the squares a 1/16 of an inch smaller. Okay, so let's grab some glue dots and my pokey tool. I've got some regular sized dimensionals in this order coming because I ran out. So these are the minis. Okay, oh no, thank goodness, I thought I kept marking up my paper. So I'm just going to stick that right in the middle. So when I get my gems, I'll put little gems in there for the centers of the flowers. And then what I thought I would do, okay, where is my, I'm going to stamp, excuse me ladies, always got a frog in my throat. I haven't talked much this morning. So when you trim down your cardstock, you'll end up with these great strips. Excuse me, let me take a sip of coffee. Yeah, you end up with all these great strips. These ones are not great because they're too small. And then I just put them in a little, on a tray in a drawer that I have next to my desk here. And they make great strips for greetings. Unless you're using, a die to cut them out, which I could do as well. So I am mad about these new dies. These are coming in the annual catalog. They're called the Stylish Shapes dies. So they come in the circles and the squares, and they're stitched on the 2 edges so you can frame them up nicely. And then they come with these great flagged pieces. So I might use, okay, I need a bigger piece of cardstock then. So here's a piece of scrap. So what I might do is, and I'm going to stamp in the same color. So I need my Starry Sky ink. Thank you. This Starry Sky is kind of like a purpley blue. It's really pretty. Okay, so let's see. There's also a tiny one here, but I don't know. I think this is too... Yeah, that's too small, too short. So maybe I'll do this one. And then I can hover it right over the ribbon. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, let's grab a tape flag. My goodness, I apologize for my voice this morning. And let's go and cut that out. See, look how pretty that is. So the frame also has the stitching in it. So you could double this up. You could cut this out on one color cardstock and then put the white on the inside, and you get the inside outside stitching. Okay, so what I thought I would do is hover. I'm going to put more glue dots on, or not glue dots. I'm going to put more, oh my goodness, what are they called? Dimensionals on here, on the top and the bottom here, to straddle the ribbon. And these little backings, they end up everywhere in your house, just to warn you. So I'm going to put that right there. Because of the little arrows, it's really easy to line it up. Okay, and that is basically the card. Clean, it's called a clean and simple card, and that greeting looks a bit crooked, which means my ribbon must have been a tiny bit crooked. Or maybe it's the astigmatism in my eyes. Who knows? But there you go. So that's the card. And so what you could also do is you could bring in another color and cut out the flowers, right? So you could do that, or pull in the same color and put it on top of the flowers here. But I'm going to use my little gems when I get them and put them in there on that one. Okay, so let's move on to the next card. So we're going to work with, now let's remember to clean off my stamp. I just cleaned my, oh my gosh, did I not bring it to my desk? I just cleaned my chamois. Nope, I left it in the kitchen. Oh dear me. Sorry ladies, I'm gonna have to run and get it because I don't have anything else here. Oh, it's on my desk here. Perfect. So this is our cleaning chamois, and when you buy it brand new, it's just this beautiful lavender color, and then eventually it just gets terribly stained, which is okay, nothing you can do about it. And all you do is you just keep rinsing it to let the ink pour out, and then it's good to go again. Yeah, it's a great, easy cleanup. All right, let's go to our next card. Just gonna rub my fingers on my crappy pants. And let's start with the next card again. So we're gonna fold this over. And bring in my bone folder. And bring in my layer. It's so fun when you have to make a bunch of cards. Just get everything cut and ready to go. And then you're just busy assembling. Okay, let's not forget the ribbon this time. So I'm just putting a bit of tape on there. And I'm going to go with, say, the Tahitian Tahitian Tide. I should have one of my grid sheets on my desk. I kind of took out the old one because it was getting grubby, and I should have replaced it because it's got the grid lines on it, so it helps line up everything if you're concerned about getting everything straight. Okay, and we can go ahead and put this on. Now, when I have a textured piece of cardstock, I do like to use Tombow to glue it on, but you could use your tape runner because this Subtles is not as bumpy as some of the other ones. You don't want to kind of drag the tape runner over a bumpy surface, but this one is supple, so you could just use your tape runner. Okay, so now we need the Tahitian Tide, this guy, and more dimensional, whoops, more dimensionals. Well, that's got quite a bit on the top there. Yeah, I should have cut these just a tad smaller. I'll remember for next time. There we go. Okay. So see, now I can wrap my ribbon around and just hang it over the edge and put my clip back on. Good morning, Christine. Nice of you to join in. Yes, my other clip. So I found this black clip on my desk and didn't know what it was from, and it was from this ribbon, so I'll have to grab it because I ran out of the colored ones. Okay, let's get our ink. We want Tempting, I keep wanting to call it Tempting Turquoise because we had a Tempting Turquoise color, but this is this beautiful Tahitian Tide. Okay, and I need another scrap piece of card. And where is the, oh my gosh, look. Here it is. Didn't put it on my magnetic tray, that's why I can't find it. No, that's not going to fit there. Okay, I need more paper. Okay. So this is a really pretty color. Anyway, I have to pull this closer to me so I can see what I'm doing. You have to love that color. Now, if I was smart, ladies, I'm going to clean that. So I did Starry Sky already. Let's put that away. Let's do a Sweet Sorbet. Let's get them all done at once. away. Tahitian Tide. Let's bring out Parakeet Party. This is a luscious green. Even if I don't get it in there straight with the dye, I'm only doing this to conserve paper. Because you can move the dye to fit the greeting. Okay, one more. This Orchid Oasis is a very pretty color. So let's do one more. Oh, I got a big blob of ink on there, so I am not going to stamp that on my card, because if you accidentally rock the block, you'll get ink on your paper. And remember, our ink pads are foam, so they're very spongy, so you never want to press your stamp into the ink pad. You want to just tap, tap, tap. Okay, and remember, if you're using photopolymer stamps, the see-through stamps, you want to always have some cushion underneath it. Okay, so we've got our greetings done, and also make sure they're nice and dry. New ink pads are always very juicy, so let's cut these out now. So there's one. Two. Three, and one more. Thank you for your patience. Perfect. Okay, so now with this paper, I can just cut along here, and then I have another piece that I can do more stamping on. I try and use every bit of paper. All right, so now we've got our greetings. Let's just get rid of some of this stuff here. Okay. All right. So we have to do our greeting on here, so we need this one here. Every now and then, it's really worth scrubbing your, I'll show you my plates. they get really well used. And you see where you see color, that means there's cardstock or just color in there. So every now and then I take these to my kitchen sink and I give them a really good scrub to try and get the bits, because sometimes there's bits of black or just bits of cardstock in there, and then they get on your paper. So you can give them a good soak. Give them a good soak first and then give them a scrub. Okay, there's we go. There's card number 2. So sweet. Clean and fresh and simple. Okay, on to card number 3. Any questions about card making in general, products that you've seen, techniques? I'm always open to suggestions for these live sessions. If you want to see a particular technique done, I'm happy to do that. If you see a fun fold that you want to know how to make it, or a box. I love figuring out the dimensions of a box or how it's made. So if you wanted to send me a picture of a box that you've seen, and you want to learn how to make it, I'd love to do that. Okay, let's do the sweet sorbet. So the sweet sorbet ribbon now is not all the other colors seem to be fairly close to the color. But they're not exact. So I think when they're doing dye lots, it's very, very difficult, depending on the fabric or the material that they're dyeing. I think it's quite difficult to match the color. Sometimes, and depending on the ribbon. So for example, we've had other in-color ribbons that match the colors perfectly. These, because they're, I don't know, maybe it's because the glitter that's in there and the glitter doesn't color. These are not an exact match. I mean, they look okay, but I mean, even this turquoise one, it's not an exact match. Like, this is a way deeper turquoise than this, like a warmer color. I mean, it works because it's the same tone, but it's not exact. And so this one is more of a pinky color versus a reddy color. So here's my little paper clip idea. I just love this. Because otherwise, if you just dump these on your desk and set them aside, they're all unraveling. Okay, so now we can use, yeah, see, this is a very subtle texture. Oh, I don't have my, yes I do, card base is ready. Okay, so let's put this on here. I should show you, if I can eyeball it in my craft room, should show you this little box I made where I use this as a topper for the box. It's very cute. Okay, we need dimensionals on here, and we need dimensionals on here. All right, so Easter is pretty well over, so now we can move on to, what's our next occasion? Mother's Day. So if you are lucky enough to still have your mother around, then you want to start thinking about Mother's Day cards and Mother's Day gifts. So I should do some projects just to show you, maybe some gift boxes where you can put soap in. Oh, I saw a really cute box yesterday for little tea lights It's a little box that fits 4 tea lights in it. So what kind of gifts do you give your mother? Let's get some suggestions going. Good morning, Adriana. And Christine, I think I did see you earlier. Nice of you to join this morning. Okay, there's card number 3 done. I love these pieces popped up. It adds dimension. Okay, we have 2 more to go. I remember I always would buy a gift for my mom. She loved soaps. Her favorite fragrance was lavender, so I would buy her those English Bromley soaps, the lavender soaps. She loved those. She loved any bath products. She loved being taken out for lunch, but instead of eating lunch, she would have an ice cream sundae. That was her favorite treat. So I'd be ordering a salad or something with French fries, and nope, my mom would be having an ice cream sundae because it was just something she'd never indulge in at home. Okay, we're doing Orchid Oasis. Orchid Oasis. So this is a great way to create a set of cards. I love giving sets of cards to people. It makes a great host gift when you're going to visit someone. It's a great thank you gift. And none of my girlfriends, my close girlfriends, other than you, Carol, make cards. Well, Barb does. My other friend, Barb, she makes cards. And so they really appreciate handmade cards. I met a friend just day before yesterday, and she always buys cards for me. So I brought her a big box of birthday cards so she could pick out some. And she said she was pleasantly surprised that when she sent one of my cards to a girlfriend in California, the girlfriend sent her a thank you card to thank her for her birthday card because she loved it so much. So it's nice when a handmade card is appreciated. So there you go. Garden type gifts. Yeah. Oh, hi, Donna. Flowers and dark chocolate. That's what your mom loved, Carol. Garden type gifts. Yes. Yeah, my mom did quite a bit of gardening too. She loved planting in the fall. She'd plant the spring bulbs. And they're always coming out with new gadgets, aren't you? Oh my gosh, have you been out to, we have this store called Lee Valley. It's out in Langford. And, oh my gosh, they're always coming up with great gardening stuff and cooking stuff. They're a great store for gift ideas. Yeah, and any mom that has a hobby of any kind, like I sometimes gave my mom a gift certificate to a wool shop because she loved to knit and sew. Now I'm just eyeballing these centers. Later I'll probably look at them and go, oh boy, Erica, you should have marked it to get it centered. But okay, we're getting close to the end of this sheet. So remember, when you have used up all of the glue dots, keep these pieces for, you know, borders. Like I could have used one along here, So I see, so for example, here's another one, and I just, oh, here's another dot. I keep it, and you can use it for other projects. I don't waste anything. Okay. And I have another sheet here. So a lot of the suggestions so far, you could make little boxes, you could make gift bags, all kinds of stuff. So, and this mother doesn't need anything but hugs. Oh my gosh, I know. I got some great hugs from my daughter last night. It was so special. Oh, I have to tell you. Oh, there is a stamp set. I can't put my finger on it right now, but there is a stamp set that has a greeting that says something to do with this card comes with a hug in the middle. So it's a folded card with a hug in the middle, something like that. Anyway, that would be a great card to give to you when you just want the hugs. Yeah. So when is Mother's Day anyway? All right. May 24th. Thanks. Yep, that's totally crooked. That's okay. We're going to go with that. Okay, one more card, ladies. May 24th.
No, that's Victoria Day.
That's Victoria Day. When's Mother's Day? It's probably not too far away, so I should plan some projects. All right, last card. Now, just as a reminder for some of you that are new, when you score your cardstock, you end up with a dent, which is what we call the valley. And the dent creates a mountain, like a bump on the other side. So when you're folding your cardstock, you're always folding where the mountain is. You're folding into the mountain, not into the valley. Makes more sense to fold into the valley, but you're not. You're folding into the mountain. Okay. All right. One more ribbon. And that's the green. Oh, I'm just loving this clip idea. Have I said that already a couple of times? Probably have. All right, last color. Oh, we've done the stamping. I just need the ribbon. Where's the ribbon? I can't see the ribbon. Okay, so here's the insides of my cards, and I'm not sure what I'm doing for the inside yet. Okay, where is my green ribbon? Did I bring it to my desk? Hang on, ladies, sorry. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, ladies, I have misplaced the green ribbon. Could have sworn I had it here. But I cannot see it. Okay, so I won't finish this card. I'll set it aside and finish it later. Unless you guys see the ribbon and know that where I put it. May 8th. Oh boy, it's coming up closer than I thought. May 8th is Mother's Day. Oh, for heaven's sakes. I don't know what I did with the green ribbon. Did I? Oh, no. Oh, it's... No. That was in my recycle bin. Don't know where it is. So I'll finish up this one later. Okay, so let me just show you what I'm going to do on the inside. So on the inside, this stamp set doesn't really have anything. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you are so worth celebrating. You could do thank you. You are so worth celebrating on the inside of the card. That would be fun. There's no other really stamps on here, like little flowers or anything on there. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what else I would do in there. So sometimes you have to pull out another stamp set to come up with another idea. So for example, this stamp set has some flowers in it. I could just put some flowers along the bottom. Yeah. So I'll have to think about what to do for the inside of the cards. There's always something you can do. So I would just layer this on top of the color and put it inside the card. So then you're bringing the color, let's pull back the card. So you've got the color on the front and then you're pulling the color to the inside of the card like that. Okay. But what I was saying earlier, when you do use the thick whisper white, or the thick basic white, I should say, thick basic white, you don't have to put anything inside because the card is strong enough to stand. Okay, it's a good weight of card. Okay, so there you go. You could pull in, I mean, these 5 in colors also come with a pack of paper, designer series paper. So you could just cut a strip. And I often will just run a strip down the left side or the right side or along the bottom. So that's another way. Or you could wrap the strip, you know, across this piece here. So there's lots of options for how to decorate the inside of the card. Okay. And for your envelopes, you could also put a strip of the DSP on the envelope or cover the envelope flat with the DSP. So there you go. Let me just bring in the cards. These two colors are very close together. Here's the Sweet Sorbet. And here's the Tahitian Tide. Okay, and I can't show you the, well, here's the green one. Oh my gosh, the ribbon's right here. Okay, how many of you are laughing? I had a card hiding it. Erica. So now, okay, stop laughing at me. So now I've set aside the card base and I don't know where that is. Okay, never mind. Let's call it a day. It's time for another cup of coffee. I love the simplicity of the cards. Thanks, Erica. Oh, you're so welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for joining. That was a lot of fun. And if you need any more information, you can pop me a private message, or you can text me or call me or email me. Thanks, ladies. Go and enjoy the rest of your day. And I will be back on... Actually, I think this week is my open Zoom. I think it's on Wednesday. I'll do a post about that. If you want to join an open Zoom, and where you just bring a project to your table and craft along with us, then you get to see each other's faces and have a little craft chat. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.